we just relay some facts,
whether they're new or antique.
So just sit back and relax.
It's time for What's Up This Week.
Hello, and welcome to What's Up This Week, your weekly dose of history, facts, and trivia from University Branch Library. This week, we're looking back on the NBA game, which holds the record for the most points scored by a single player. The Philadelphia Warriors' Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points against the New York Knicks on March 2nd, 1962. At the time, the NBA was not recognized as a major sports league. Around 4,000 fans were in attendance, which was about half the capacity of the Hershey Sports Arena where the game was played. No video footage of the game exists, as it was not televised, and only the audio of the game's fourth quarter has been preserved. Chamberlain was playing in his third season and had already set season scoring records each of his first 2 years. The game didn't start with any special plan to get him the ball, but by halftime he had already had 41 points. This wasn't seen as anything special, as he later explained, "I often came into the locker room with 30 or 45 points, therefore 41 was not a big deal." His teammate Guy Rodgers suggested to their coach, Frank McGuire, "Let's see how many he can get," and the coach agreed. With 7:51 left in the game, Wilt scored his 79th point, breaking his previous record of 78, which had occurred in a triple overtime game. Soon the crowd started yelling for 100. With 6 minutes left, the game had devolved into a foul fest, with the Knicks trying to foul anyone who wasn't Wilt, and the Warriors fouling the Knicks to get the ball back as quickly as possible. Finally, with 46 seconds left, Chamberlain laid the ball in for his 100th point. The closest anyone else has come to this milestone was in 2006, when Kobe Bryant scored 81 for the Los Angeles Lakers against the Toronto Raptors, and it's unlikely that anyone else will ever top Chamberlain's record. That's it for me. What do you have for us this week, James?
Hi Daniel, and hi to you all out there. This week marks the birthday of famed Colombian novelist Gabriel José García Márquez. García Márquez entered this world on March 6, 1927 in Aracataca, Colombia. For much of his early childhood, he was raised by his grandparents. In school, he was known to be a shy kid that wrote and drew comics. His grandmother also inspired the author's eventual use of magical realism in his storytelling. During the late 1940s and in the 1950s, he worked as a journalist for a number of Colombian publications, including El Universal in Cartagena, El Heraldo in Barranquilla, and for El Espectador in Bogotá. He also wrote for the magazine Momento, headed in Caracas, Venezuela. García Márquez published his first novella, La Hoja Rasca, or Leaf Storm, in 1955. That work was succeeded by a number of novellas and novels from the author. In 1967, though, his novel Cien Años de Soledad, or 100 Years of Solitude, was published to great acclaim. This work is, of course, the book he is best known for. Many years later, García Márquez was awarded the 1982 Nobel Prize in Literature, quote, for his novels and short stories in which the fantastic and the realistic are combined in a richly composed world of imagination, reflecting a continent's life and conflicts, end quote. A penman with power, Gabriel García Márquez remains one of the most fundamental figures in all of literature. Okay, Megan, what weird thing do you have for the people this week?
Hi there. This week's weird thing is that February 28th is Floral Design Day, a day to celebrate and create floral arrangements. You may think putting together a floral arrangement is a simple thing, but creating aesthetically pleasing and balanced displays is considered an art form. Floral design incorporates line, form, space, texture, and color, while maintaining balance, proportion, rhythm, contrast, harmony, and unity. and all cultures associate particular meanings to flowers, which influences their arrangements. The Egyptians were arranging flowers as early as 2500 BCE, displaying cut flowers in vases and creating more stylized arrangements for burials, processions, and more formal occasions. The lotus flower was sacred to Isis and was often included in their arrangements. The ancient Greeks and Romans also arranged flowers for adornment and decorations, but they favored garlands and wreaths over vases. They were also fans of tossing petals onto floors and beds. Laurel wreaths were presented to winners of the Olympic Games as well as winners of poetic meets, while the Romans used wreaths to crown successful commanders of military victories. In ancient China and other Asian regions, flowers were an important part of religious teachings and medicine. Cut flowers are commonly placed on religious altars, and in arrangements, flowers and leaves are selected for their symbolic meaning. Bamboo, peach trees, and pear trees symbolize longevity. Tiger lilies, pomegranates, and orchids symbolize fertility. And the most honored flower of all is the peony, symbolizing wealth, good fortune, and high status. In Europe, flower arranging was popular in churches and monasteries where plants and flowers were used as both food and as decorations. New and interesting plants were brought into Europe by the Crusaders, and as a result, European flower arranging took off in unprecedented directions. There are many different styles of floral design, and you can learn about them by checking out books from your library. This is just a small sampling of the titles we have to offer on this topic. The best way to celebrate Floral Design Day is to create a floral design with real, live, or dried flowers. But you can use fake or paper flowers too if you like. Share your floral designs on social media, or even better, you can give them to a loved one. It will definitely brighten their day. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to tune in again next week for more facts and trivia from University Branch Library.